just to get it going. So, all right. So I'm going to start. I'll just say the question number, and I'll read the question. Then, Dylan, you can start with it and go. We'll go back and forth and be pretty informal here. So, all right. Question one: can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your education and work history?
Alright, my name is Dylan Molfinger. I work for the City of Oelwein. I'm the city administrator. So your parents probably got their property tax bill recently and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so high. You need to look them in the face and say, it's not high, and you're paying valuable people to do valuable work at the City of Oelwein. So, I grew up in western Iowa, just near Mobile, Iowa, and I've had jobs since I was 16. I went to the University of Northern Iowa for my undergrad in public administration. Then I went to the University of Kansas for a master's in public administration. Worked as a management analyst in the city of Oskaloosa. Also had an internship down there in Johnson County, Kansas when I was in Kansas. And I've been at the city of Oelwein for about a little over 4 years. So that's me.
Hi, my name is Lucas Voss. I'm the communications coordinator at City Laundering here in Oelwein. And I have a bachelor's degree in English and music and a master's degree in journalism and integrated marketing communications. And I started my career out in television. I've worked for the last couple of years, last 5 years I've worked in TV, worked for ABC up in Sioux City for a while, did the morning show there, and then I was a reporter here at CBS 2 and Fox 28 in Cedar Rapids, and worked there as a morning reporter, anchor, and a reporter. Spent most of my professional life in TV and recently transitioned onto the marketing side. I am originally from Berlin, Germany. I was born and raised in Germany. And I got my bachelor's degree in Germany and my master's here in the U.S. Worked for Viacom for a while. Worked for Nickelodeon specifically. They're owned by Viacom, and did a lot of their kids programming. Worked in their marketing department, and but really wanted to be on TV, so that's how I ended up here.
Long story short.
Yes.
Well, hi everyone. Good morning. Happy September. 1st of September. My name is Shania. I'm originally from Dubai, halfway around the world. I work with Lucas. I'm the recruiting specialist at City Laundering. I have been there for 2.5 months, so relatively new. I've previously worked at Barilla, so Barilla is a pasta company with a blue box. So amazing. I'm already hungry. What else? Yeah, that's me in a nutshell. So thank you for coming and thank you for having us.
Good morning, I think. It's still morning, yeah. My name is Emily Garden. I am the marketing manager for Soifer Family McDonald's. We own the store in Oelwein, also Independence. We have 12 locations total with 650 employees, so not the whole McDonald's corporation, but definitely the 12 around Oelwein area. I attended high school at Charles City High School, so it's like an hour and 10 minutes from here. That's where my home base is, but I travel almost every day for work. And then went to the University of Iowa to get my undergrad, and I'm still exploring options for my master's, so I'm excited for that. I might have to talk to Lucas about that. I came out of college and was first an events coordinator and worked a lot with city administrators and different municipality positions, so they're super valuable. Totally agree with that statement about the taxes. And then got to work with Scott Soifer and become our marketing manager. So I am super excited to be here too. I got hooked up last week with this, and I'm really excited for today. And I got to meet Erin and Abby this morning. Hi, friends.
Good morning, I'm Steve Slesser. I'm the CEO of Buchanan County Health Center in Independence. Not a popular answer, but I'm originally from the combination of Independence and Waverly, so probably not super popular here. I did my undergrad at UNI in business administration. I got my master's in healthcare administration at the University of Iowa. Spent my first 6 years at Allen Hospital, the last 4 of those in senior leadership, and then came over to take the CEO role at BCHC, and I'm getting ready to finish my 7th year there in November. So thanks for the invite, and look forward to chatting with you today.
All right. So we'll go back. We'll start with you. We'll go back to number 2 now. So what are some skills and qualities you look for in a person you're hiring? So they might piggyback off each other, or if they do, do the best we can about answering it.
Yep. All right, so individuals that we hire, healthcare is a very relationship-based field. So you might think that in healthcare it's all about technical skills, and certainly those come into place. You don't want a surgeon that's not technically proficient, obviously, but relationships are going to be key. So in healthcare there are a lot of certifications, so clearly you're going to have to meet that baseline certification, right? So you're going to have your RN, for instance, if you're applying for a nursing job. After that, though,
I don't really care how much experience you've necessarily had. It matters a little bit. But I need those individuals that are going to be a good fit in the department, that are not going to create chaos in the department, and that are ready to learn. So give me a new grad who is eager and ready to learn any day over a seasoned individual that's going to be an absolute nightmare within the department. And I can certainly reflect on the bad hires that we've made, and certainly we've made some bad hires. Almost always comes down to that personality clashing and their unwillingness to learn and grow. Again, doesn't mean that experience isn't important, but we can train for the skills. We can't necessarily train for the personality.
Absolutely agree with Steve. What I had written down when I was thinking about this is 3 really basic tasks. We want people who are coachable, reliable, and positive. If you're willing to learn a new task, we're right there with you. Many of our general managers who make really fantastic salaries don't have college degrees. They graduated high school, but they started with us as crew people while they were in high school and have worked their way all the way through every position that we have, and are now running multi-million-dollar restaurants every day, day in and day out, and supervising staffs of 30 or 40 people. And that's because they were coachable. That's because they were reliable. The simple task of showing up to work when you're supposed to be at work is something that an astounding number of people don't master or can't master. And that's really just something that we're looking for first and foremost. Just come to work on time when you're scheduled and be willing to learn new things, and you can go a very long way.
Yeah, I would touch on that a little bit. I think the number one thing, at least, because I recruit for a lot of positions throughout the whole company, from managers to accounts receivable, payable, receptionist, the whole range. And the number one thing I would say is just down to communication. Can you get along with the people in the company? Can you be respectful? Have integrity, and just communicate with everyone else. Is what it really boils down to. And then Lucas is our communications coordinator, so I think he can go off that a little bit. But just saying what you want as a goal in the companies. When we hire you, you obviously want a job, yes, but what do you want to get out of this job? And then when you communicate that to us, then we are able to put you in different positions where we can really hone in on your strengths, and develop you into the person that you want to be, and then have a career down the line, and not just a job where you just have to show up and you don't like the job. My goal kind of for recruiting at least is, when you come work with City Laundering or any other company, you enjoy what you're doing every day, and then you are happy with the job, not just coming to work with, oh, I gotta get up in the morning. So that communication, integrity, and just the enjoyment of what you're doing. I think skills and qualities is what we're looking for.
One of the biggest qualities for me personally, and this is something that I've encountered myself in my professional career, is I want to see that you're willing to put in the work, right? I want to see that you're a hard worker. It's kind of like an athlete, right? You can't be good if you're not showing up at a Monday night practice, or a Tuesday night practice, or a Wednesday night practice. You're not going to play well on Friday night. It's not going to work. I want to see that you're willing to show up, and that you're willing to learn, very important, to get new skills, and willing to improve. Like, I'm very bad at a lot of things, right? I'm horrible at math, I'm horrible at organizing things, horrible at physics, and all of these things that require brain power, which I apparently don't have. But I'm one of the things that is important to me is that you're willing to sit down and you're willing to try to fix problems, and you fix the problems by putting in the work and by maybe having to stay a little bit later, and you show that you're committed, and you show that you're, even though you might not be the best at the thing that you're doing right now, you're at least trying to be good at it, and you're trying to fix it. So I think that's been always kind of been, and a lot of the things that we've heard are all very, very important. And this is just something that's been personally for me that I've noticed in myself too when I came into new jobs, and in general, just as a very important quality, is that work ethic, and being able to wanting to put in the work and improve and learn.
Yeah, it really is personality. I don't want to work with someone that sucks and hates their life. And I don't want to work with someone that hates government. That's another big thing that we have to play against right now. It's hard to get someone that understands that we're doing a public good. and I need someone that thinks critically. Can you take a problem that exists and work on it? We don't have impossible problems at the city, we have complex problems, so you gotta think critically about it and you gotta work your way through it. Because you're gonna, you don't think about it when you're in high school, but the kid sitting next to you that's still eating glue, like he's gonna have to get a job someday, and he's gonna have to work. Somebody's got to employ him. So you're gonna have to either work with that person, or somehow he's gonna talk well enough to become your boss, so have a good personality
That'll
and
be
just
me.
get out there. So.
Alright, let's go to number 3. Talking about collaboration, obviously everybody they're in a different setting, business environment, like doing some collaboration. Can you discuss what working in teams looks like in organizations and like collaborating maybe with different departments, different people?
Yeah, so at the city I oversee police, fire, parks, administration obviously, somewhat of the library, recreation, and so I have to touch on all those as every day, and so it's really checking in with people, seeing where they're at, checking on their goals. We're not an assembly line either, we can't just make products and that's our end goal, so we have to really focus on what we're doing and how we're getting there, and it's a continual check-in. A true manager faces every hard problem in an organization. And I can say that, I don't do it. I mean, I don't want to do it. I don't want to tell someone they're not getting their job done, but that's what we're supposed to be doing. And so when you collaborate with someone, you have to be on the same page. And if you are assuming they know what they're doing, you're wrong, they don't, and you need to get back on the same page. You have to continually talk to people every day and really work with them to make sure that you're getting the results you want. And if you're not getting the results and you are their boss, you are failing just as much as they are. And so that's what I always feel, is that I'm not working hard enough to get them to where they need to be. And really when it comes to working together, and you guys have already faced this in your projects and classes, and you're going to face it at the next stage in life, you just got to be accountable and you got to talk to each other and work through it. So.
Oh.
End scene.
That's me. Sorry. Yeah, so our marketing department at City would not work if we wouldn't work together as a team, right? We have 4 team members. That includes our marketing manager, which I work under. And if we wouldn't work together, then nothing would work. Like, teamwork is everything, especially in marketing, I think, because I can't be good at all the things, right? I'm not a great graphic designer. I can write really well and I can present really well, but I'm a horrible graphic designer. So if I need somebody to design a graphic, I need to be able to go to my team member and say, hey, can we have this graphic for Facebook ready in like the next hour, and can I post it on Facebook really quick? So then my team member gives me the tools to be able to succeed in the task that I was given. So that's really important. And one of the things for us that's really cool is that we not only do marketing for city laundering, but we impressed a lot of companies around the country, so much that several other laundry companies around the country are actually getting their marketing from us now. So we do marketing for a couple of other laundry companies across the country, which is really cool. But that's another thing where you have to be able to manage those accounts, and being able to manage those accounts only happens if you have conversations on a daily basis and you ask for help. And I think that's the biggest thing for me with this, is that we are able to, within our team, ask each other for help. Like, if I'm not good at something, I can ask Lexi, for example, if she can do the task for me, or if she can assist me in accomplishing the task. So I think that's one of the biggest things for us is being able to help each other through that team environment at work.
So collaboration in the human resources department, it goes back to what I said before. It was just communication, and most specifically, every person communicates differently. So let's say my boss, she likes to do in-person communication, whereas my other colleague likes to do email communication. So really honing in on what specific person likes to be, or how they like to be communicated, is very important. I feel like, because not everyone likes to text nowadays. Not everyone likes to email. Same thing goes with every single person. So, in terms of what working in my team looks like, communication, making sure, like everyone else said, making sure everyone's on the same page, because recruiting every day, not every day is the same for me. Recruiting changes every day at City Laundering. We could want a marketing person, we could want an HR person, it changes every single day. So really communicating, each and every day what the goals are, so then you're all on the same page, and again, communicating how, that person likes to be communicated, so we're best honing in on their skills, and then go from there.
my answer requires a question. Whose favorite breakfast sandwich, or whose favorite